Hi ladies, and welcome to this grace note. I wanted to come to those of you today that are feeling really lost in confusion, lacking clarity, feeling tired, not really knowing what direction you should go in, unable to make a decision, any of those things that are going on. And I want this grace note today to help you settle down and really come to a new space of clarity and productivity, because the two are interlinked. You know, I've really seen over time as I've worked with clients that the moment their thinking settles down, they have a new experience of clarity, they have an awakening of confidence. So that's what I hope this grace note will help you with today. So the number one reason that I notice people get stuck and lost in confusion and sort of spin a lot on what to do and have difficulty making decisions and kind of lack clarity and don't sort of necessarily follow their wisdom is because they're spending so much time looking at their psychology. And here's what I mean by that. We all have thinking. We all have content that goes on up here. And the majority of the world is fascinated with their thinking. They are obsessed with what's going through their mind. And innocently, they fall for the thoughts, they fall for the feelings they get. They fall for whatever it is that's passing through in that moment. They take the content of their minds as reality. That was me too for a long time. You know, before I had a wake up, if you like, to where my experience was coming from, I lived a lot of my life, I operated a lot of my business through thought storms and hurricanes. And I did really well, even in the storm. I was able to generate a multiple six-figure business, starting out pretty unheard of. I was able to travel the world and work very effectively with my clients. I was able to, grow a relationship and enjoy life. Even with all of that going on. So here's the hope in that, the objective is not for you to get rid of your thinking, to even change your thinking. The objective really is to be a little less interested in what is going through your mind. I was fascinated by my thinking back then. I believed everything that was running through me. I also didn't have any sense of awareness around the fact that this was just content, that this was an energy passing through, much like clouds pass through the sky. And sometimes they're thick and heavy and sometimes they're light and easy. I had a very strong relationship to thought. And because of that, I see that really closely nowadays with people that come to me. I see when they're lost in thought. But here's what I'm asking from you, or challenging you to, or encouraging you to. And that is to be a little less interested in your psychology. I know there's a lot of information out there about how you should work on your mindset and change your thoughts and how you should read the right books. But here's the thing, I find that that just brings people further and further into looking at their psychology, looking at what's wrong, further into a feeling of overwhelm and information. And there's nothing fresh that can come from that clouded mind. You know, the solution you're looking for, the direction you are looking for, the clarity you're desiring is not going to come from looking at more of your psychology. It's not going to come from even improving your psychology. It's going to come from a quieter, clearer state of mind. Now, I've seen that over and over and over again with my clients. The moment they settle down, the moment the hurricane, the thought storm reduces, they always access their own wisdom. They always know exactly what they want to do next. And then my job is to ensure that they go do that, and that they stay less in the hurricane, less in their psychology, and more in the creation of the result they're looking for. So, you know, for those of you that are just really feeling stuck right now, or really feeling that it's a drag to get through your day, or it's a struggle to get through the week, or, you know, you're sort of all revved up and you get a sense that you're revved up internally. You know, I encourage you to stop looking at your thinking. I encourage you to stop being so fascinated with your psychology. I also encourage you to be way less interested in your behavior. You know, that's another thing I see a lot of when people come forward. You know, they really believe there's a certain way to behave in order to achieve. And whilst there are certain things that are helpful, you know, your success is not dependent on you changing as a person, okay? Your success, your result is dependent on you operating from a clearer state of mind, getting the job done, and sticking to what it is you're up for creating, whatever that result is. Maybe it's bringing on 6 new clients this month. Maybe it's bringing your business to a 6-figure level within the next 6 to 12 months. Maybe it's having an easier time with your home life and your family. Maybe it's, being more in a place of well-being for yourself, so you can really serve the people that are already in your care, or that you're calling in. It's hard to be in that place of well-being when you're really filling your mind with shoulds. I should be behaving this way. I shouldn't be behaving that way. It's also hard to be in that place of well-being when you're in a low state of mind, when you are battling the thought storms. So again, my encouragement to you is to stop looking there. I know it's so enticing because it's running through here, and because it's running through here, you're feeling it in your body, right? You know, you have anxious thinking, so you have anxious feeling. You have stressful thoughts, so you have stressful feeling. I know it's so deceptive. But I'm asking you in this grace note to consider that continuously looking at your psychology and being obsessed with your feeling in any given moment is just taking you further and further into the hurricane, the thought storms, and further away from the clarity, the wisdom, the well-being, the direction. So I hope this has been helpful. I know it probably goes against what you might read out there or you might hear out there. I know for me it was a revelation to really see for the first time in my life that working on my mindset and changing my behavior did not and was not the road to success. Okay? You're wired, we are wired to succeed. So your job really this week is in knowing that is to keep moving towards that success. And the way I know you can do that is when you're not getting lost in your psychology. So it's a challenge. It's new for some of you. It's a different way of looking and operating and being in this world. But I promise you, as you become less interested in the content of your mind, you will be more likely to produce. You will be operating and accessing a higher level of wisdom, and that will take you forward. So let me know what you hear in this one. Please comment below. Please let me have your observations. What's an aha for you? What are you objecting to? What do you want to hear more of? And I'll be back to you soon with another grace note. Have a wonderful week, ladies. Ciao.